If you're earning well, investing wisely, and thinking about the long-term future of your money, this might be the moment that changes everything. We work hard to build the income streams, build businesses, and secure assets. But at a certain point, we need to ask, where do I put my money so that it works harder than I do? How do I turn success today into wealth that lasts for generations? Let me take you to a place where land value meets legacy, where exclusivity meets exponential growth. Welcome to Trava, the crown jewel of Greenfield City. Every start investment starts with a strong developer, and Greenfield Development Corporation is exactly that. They've created the future-proof communities like Greenfield District in Mandaluyong, Paseo, and Laguna Central, and the 400-hectare Greenfield City where Trava is located. Greenfield is known for low debt, high-quality, sustainable development. This means less risk, more reward, and development that age gracefully and profitability. Now, let's talk about return of investment. Trava launched in 2018 with the lot prices around 24,000 per square meter. Today, similar lots are now moving at 50,000 to 60,000 per square meter, a growth over 100% in just a few years. That's better than many stocks, better than condo flips, and it's backed by a tangible, livable asset. What's even more exciting? The 2030 projection for Trava's value is at least 90,000 per square meter, driven by the Greenfield City full development, infrastructure growth, and scarcity of premium lots. That's potentially 18 to 25 million appreciation on a 30 million lot. Yes, there are other big names in Santa Rosa. We have the Ayala, Vista Land, Katay Land, Nuvali. But here's the edge with Trava. Only 315 lots, low density, high desirability, underground utilities, green spaces, modern architecture, long-term premium status. Some projects are cheaper but also crowded, inconsistent growth, and lower in resale value. Trava is not mass market. It's the boutique investment that holds and grows its value over time. You're not just investing in a lot. You're investing in the center of South Luzon's next power city. Trava is just 10 to 15 minutes to Nuvali, Tagaytay, Landers, SNR, and school like Brent, Xavier, De La Salle University, Laguna, and the upcoming Neo Verde Business Park, and less than an hour from BGC, Makati, Alabang. What does this mean for you? Consistent rental demand, long-term capital gain, and a future-ready exit plan whenever you resell, build to lease, or to pass it on. Location without accessibility is wasted. But here in Trava, it's a smooth ride through SLEX, Greenfield City, Calax like Santa Rosa, Silang, and its future interchange. And Eton, exit future. TR5 and Calax, south expansion. This infrastructure backed investment as roads expand, value rises. Investors who bought in 2018 are now reaping double-digit annual growth. In 5 to 10 years, luxury won't just be about design. It will be about sustainability. Trava offers solar-ready homes, underground drainage and utilities, eco-conscious layout, long-term maintenance planning, and this is not just lifestyle. It's the future-proofing your investment. The world is moving green. Trava is already here. Let's say you start to invest in Trava today. You reserve the 565 square meter lot and the price per square meter is 55,000 and you can avail the property worth price of 31 million. Like Sulen, you don't need to spot payment. So here in Trava, you can reserve for 100,000 and 20% down payment is flexible up to 24 months. So ang advantage, if you start avail the property here in Trava, the monthly down payment ranges at 290,000. So imagine, by 2030 at the projection, here in Trava, ang magiging price per square meter na natin is 90,000. So you're still well with high return of investment territory, and remember, luxury land is easier to hold, safer from inflation, and recession resilient. This is not just for people who want to live in luxury. This is for investors who see where the market is going. Land is finite, Trava is limited. Timing is everything. If you want an investment that gives you not just returns, but peace of mind, prestige, and future legacy, then Trava is the smart move. Once again, guys, this is Christine from Prestige Properties. And if you're interested and you want to know more details about the property we shared today, so please don't hesitate to message us directly at 63-917-513-2484. It's my Viber, WhatsApp, and iMessage. See you on my next one!